Welcome back. I got Groot with me, and what I want to do, this is on page 387, as you can see here, and I want to talk about the business decision. I'm very sorry, I just took a bite of apple, and I had to swallow, so forgive me for that, but I just want to work through this, and this is a real life situation, basically, that they're setting up so that they figure it out for different interest rates, and one's an ordinary and one's an annuity due. All right, how much do they need to set away now? So, Apollo Enterprises has been awarded an insurance settlement of $5,000 at the end of each 6-month period for the next 10 years. All right, so they must have won an insurance case. Something happened in a product they used, and the insurance paid for it. All right, so they're awarded $5,000 at the end. So that tells me it's an ordinary annuity because it's equal payments over equal amounts of time. As an accountant, calculate how much the insurance company must set aside now at 6%. So this is the insurance company now, compounded semi-annually because the payments are made every 6 months to pay this obligation to Apollo. All right, so let's work this through. Excuse me, Groot. All right, so we are going to try and figure out. They want, this is A, they want $5,000 semi-annually. And they're wondering how much do we have to put away now at 6% interest for 10 years, that the payments are going to be for 10 years. So how much do we have to put away now so that we can make payments for 10 years every 6 months so that we can have $5,000 every 6 months over that whole 10 years. All right, so we need to know what the present value is. Now, as you can see, I've written the present value. This is ordinary, so we need to know the payment, we need to know I, all right, and we need to know N. So I have my formula there. So I, okay, is going to be 6% semi-annually, so that's 2, so that's 3% per period, or 0.03. And I always like my 1 plus I. So that should equal 1.03. Okay, my N is going to be 10 years, twice a year, so that's 20. All right, so now I know my formula. So now I can plug it in. So the payment, or I'm sorry, the present value, let's start over. The present value equals the payment times 1 minus 1 plus I all to the negative n all over I, which is the payment of $5,000 times 1 minus 1 plus I, we said is 1.03, raised to the negative n, negative 20, all over I, which is 0.03. All right, so let's punch that into our calculators. All right, so 1.03 raised to the negative 20th power. All right, so that should be 500 times 1 minus 0.5536757542 all over 0.03. All right, so we subtract 1 from it. So 1 minus 0.5536 blah, 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 blah. Should be 0.44632424458. Again, it's all over 0.03. And again, I forgot to put my 500 in there. All right. So now that should be 500 times, that's not going to give me enough space, 500 times 0.44632424458 should be 223 what did I do wrong here? I didn't divide it by 3. Ah, ha, ha, ha. See, I'm doing this with you. All right, so 0.446324 2458 divided by 0.03. All right, so now that should be 500 times 14.8774748. I like that better. Now my present value now equals 500 times the 14.877. All right. Should give me $7,438. All right. You know what I did? I kept moving. It's 5,000. I made it 500. I was going to say I'm off by a factor of 10. So let's just add 10 to this. It's really $74,387.37. There we go. This is $5,000. All right, so my present value is that. Okay, and $5,000 times 20 would be $100,000. So they're going to make a little over $25,000. Okay, so now they ask in B, how much would the insurance company have to invest now if the settlement was changed to $2,500 at the end of 3 months? All right, so they're still going to get $5,000 every 6 months, but now they're going to pay it at the end of every 3 months instead. So now our terms have changed, again for 10 years, and it's going to invest at 8% quarterly. All right, so now it's going to be $2,500 is the payment. Interest is now 8%, still for 10 years, but it's quarterly. So now I is going to be 8% divided by 4, which is 2%, or 0.02, and so 1 plus I equals 1.02. N is going to equal 10 years times 4 now, so that's 40. Okay, so now my payment, my present value is the payment, $2,500. I'll try and remember all the zeros this time, times 1 minus 1 plus I. I should have just filled this in. 1 plus I to the negative n all over I, which is 2,500, times 1 minus 1.02 raised to the negative 40th power all over 0.02. All right, so what is 1.02 raised to the negative 40th power? All right, so that should be, this number here is 0.45289 blah. All right, so if I rewrite this, this is 2,500 times 1 minus 4528904,152 all over 0.02. All right, so 1 minus that. All right, so now I'm getting, that whole thing is now 0.54710958848 all over 0.02 times 2,500. We're still there, Groot? Yeah, yep, okay, so Groot's still there, which means divided by 0.02 equals, so it's going to be 2,500 times 27.35547,924. So times 2,500 equals, my answer then should be $68,388.70. All right. Again, we want 100,000. So if I did it semi-annually at 5,000, I needed to put away 7,400, but they upped the interest rate and they're compounding it quarterly. So the more we compound, the more interest we get. So we only need to put away $68,000. All right. So we will make more interest. The insurance company will put out less. All right? But then C says, well, what if it was paid, if the $2,500 was paid at the beginning? So now that makes it an annuity due. Now, we don't even have to go through all this again. We know it's the same $2,500 at 8% compounded quarterly for 10 years. To find the annuity due, we can take the ordinary annuity. So for the present value of the due, we can take the ordinary annuity, and this is what I was talking about up here, okay, and multiply it by 1 plus I. All right, so we can take 68,388.7 and multiply that by 1 plus I, which I figured out is 1.02 up here. So 1.02. So that would equal $69,756.47. So this is the annuity due. This is the ordinary. All right? And that's if we moved it to quarterly at 8%. Same amount of years, 10 years. All right? And again, when we're making the payment at the beginning, we're going to be making less interest. We've taken that out of our lump sum, so we need to put more away to cover that. Okay? So I just wanted to go over that problem with you. All right? I will now give you your homework assignment, and I will see you guys for Lesson 2 on Wednesday. Thanks. I'm Groot.